leading Washington to their first playoff win since 2005 after beating the Buccaneers 23-20. For more on Daniels' performance, here's Mike Renner, Kyle Long, and Matt Ryan from Pushing the Pile podcast.
Wild card weekend almost in the books, which means it's time for Matt Ryan's quarterback of the week. Who was it from the 5 games we saw over the weekend, Matt?
All right, let's go rookie quarterback on the road, getting the job done. Jayden Daniels, I loved how they used him last night. Again, you know, I don't want to lump him in like in comparisons and it's Lamar, but the usage was very similar early on, running him with the football, right? Getting him comfortable. I thought the go route that he threw early to McLaurin was a dime, right? And a great catch. His poise, his ability to just continue to compete and not be fazed by the situation that's going on around him. Extra credit for not even celebrating after the doink hits and goes through. Didn't even crack a smile. He's cold-blooded, man. And it was fun to watch last night. I'm happy for him. Happy for Dan Quinn, my former coach, getting the job done on the road. Jayden Daniels, he's my quarterback of the week.
I love that pick, Matt. Matty Ice, this guy, Jayden Daniels, is special. And he's tough, and he's smart, and he's mature, and he's clutch. I mean, how many buzzwords can I throw in there for this guy? Well, one thing is he's skinny, and he takes cartoon character hits. He had his face gushing blood like he got cleated in it at one point last night. The dude is unfazed. And you know what was most impressive is going down there, all those opportunities in the low red area, the 4th down failed conversions by Cliff Kingsbury's offense, and the guy just stuck to it. And this offense continued to just hammer at the door. And we all knew if Jayden Daniels had the opportunity to get the football at the end of the game, we knew what was going to happen. We've seen this movie so many times this year. He's been fantastic. I no longer am going to say rookie about this guy because he has played himself into 2nd or 3rd year vestige with his campaign this year. And now that we're in the playoffs, regular season's done, I'm done saying he's a rookie. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, the poise out of this guy is, I mean, he just doesn't look like a rookie. You saw it. I mean, Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, they're the ones making the operational mistakes, whether there's the fumbled handoff, the botched, center snap there. And it was a rookie center for the Bucs who blinked. And it's like, Jayden Daniels didn't blink. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. He was the guy making the play at the end, shedding an unblocked defensive tackle in Kalijah Kancey and scampering out the side. And when they really take the training wheels off him. Not to say there were training wheels on him, but I'm saying more in the running game where they're really like, hey, we got this special talent back there. Give him the green light to go whenever he wants. It just opens up that offense to a degree where, I mean, their D-line dominated yesterday, Tampa Bay Bucks. They went to town on this Washington Commanders offensive line. I think it was the only matchup that I saw all weekend long where the offensive line that played better lost the game. In the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Commanders' offensive line got manhandled, and Jayden Daniels still made play after play after play. Was this, Matt, in your opinion? And I know there's been a lot of them over the years, but was this, and you being one of them, was this the best rookie postseason debut of all time?
It was certainly better than mine. I will give you that.
I got your stats pulled up. Do you want to refresh it?
We lost. Whatever it is, we lost. I threw a pick early. I remember that one. So yeah, he was better than I was on the road against the Arizona Cardinals, Kurt Warner and that team. But is it the best performance of all time? C.J. Stroud was pretty good last year in the wild card. Yeah, in the wild card round as well. Quite frankly, I don't care. It was good enough. It was good enough last night, and it was good enough for the Washington Commanders. They needed every bit of him last night to get the job done, and he delivered. So I look forward to hopefully watching this guy perform like that and maybe even better, right? Like really hit the ceiling of what he can become for a long time in the playoffs because he's fun to watch, right? As spectators now, like he jumps off the screen. It's entertaining, and it's impressive. I don't know if it's the best of all time, but it was pretty good.
And I want to just shout out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers home field advantage, which was real and it was raucous. And we talk about the playoffs, we talk about rookie campaign and all that stuff. You're going against Baker Mayfield, one of the most loved leaders that we've seen in Tampa Bay, outside of Tom. But they love Baker. The stadium was raucous. It was wild. And Jayden was just blinders on. All he was focused on was winning that game. And to your point, Matt, didn't celebrate. He's just locked in. He's on to the next. We saw a lot of veterans celebrating yesterday after wins. This guy is on a mission, and it shows week in, week out.
Daniels finished 24-35, 268 yards, 2 pass touchdowns, no picks in what was a scintillating performance. Cannot wait to see what he does for an encore against the Philadelphia Eagles.
During the middle of their 22-10 win over the Packers, Brown was held to a season-low 1 catch for 10 yards. For more on Brown and the rest of the Wild Card weekend, here's Mike Renner and Kyle Long from the Pushing the Pile podcast.
Kyle's strongest take of the week. What do you got for us after Wild Card weekend, Kyle?
I got a couple strong takes. I'm going to start with this. If you're reading a book about keeping your mind in the game on the sideline, it tells me that your mind's probably not in the game. I saw A.J. Brown over there after a 3-target, 1-reception day starting to read some sports psychology books. Does not bode well for the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan and you say, well, look, our star receiver is a tremendous reader, I got news for you. That's not good. That's the ultimate look at me moment. Look how frustrated I am. He's doing the thing. He's blowing bubbles out of his mouth. He's pissed off. He's this is diva behavior here. This is not what you want to see. Devontae Smith is like, hey, man, I'm over here getting my arm done. I think I got blood on my jersey. You see the blood on Devontae's jersey? That's a guy who's locked in, doesn't need a book, but A.J. Brown needs a book. Okay, I'm going to move on from this. The Bucs should have won that game. I repeat, the Buccaneers should have won the game. They got cute. A little jet sweep action. You talked about the center, the rookie center. I think it was Grant Barton jumps, snaps it a little bit early. The entire play gets botched down there in the red area, 3rd and 1, in a gotta-have-it situation. I think there was like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. You get an opportunity to go up by 4 points, I believe, in that spot. They don't get it. The Buccaneers, who have done so many things that weren't cute. They were badass. They were rugged. They had Bucky Irving going all over the place this season. Mike Evans, man amongst boys. The Marshawn Lattimore matchup, it wasn't even a matchup. It was laughable. Mike Evans was out there taking lunch money the entire first half. You got to capitalize on this stuff. You're at home against Jayden Daniels and the Commanders, a red-hot rookie, a team that's been punching up all season long. You got to finish them. You got to finish them. You got to finish them. They got cute on the jet sweep when their offense was having success, and I think they just could have ran their offense. And Liam Cohen stubbed his toe there with that play call and the ball. What is this? The ball mechanics, ball transfer mechanics. I'm just not a fan of that. Don't put any extra risk into your offense when you don't need it. And then the third one I'm going to go to, and this is probably my strongest point. I'm probably going to get the most crap for this. The Derrick Henry move this offseason for the Ravens was more important than the Saquon Barkley move for the Philadelphia Eagles. Because the ceiling is the roof, as MJ said, for Baltimore's offense without Derrick Henry. And you add Derrick Henry into the fold, and they become a puzzle that cannot be solved. They become an offense, a code that cannot be cracked. You've got linebackers who are never in the right position. You've got backside defensive linemen that are unable to crash down on the mesh point of run plays because you don't know if Lamar Jackson's going to keep it. You don't know if Saquon or if Derrick Henry's going to get it. With the Philadelphia Eagles, yes, you have the most prolific running game in the National Football League with probably the best running back in the NFL too. But the question marks still remain on Monday morning as it pertains to Jalen Hurts, as it pertains to his relationships with A.J. Brown, with Devontae Smith, the ability to throw the football, play any style of football game. The Philadelphia Eagles have the best offensive line in football. Of course, Saquon Barkley's a good fit for that. But when it comes playoff time, if that defense doesn't bend but not break, if they break every once in a while throughout the course of a game, you're going to have to lean on Jalen Hurts to throw the football to these guys. I haven't seen it with consistency shoot, I didn't see Jalen Hurts for 2.5 weeks. I see Lamar, I see Derek every single week. And you saw it against the Steelers. That's a team that's on the mission. That's a team that when they first made the signing, I said, this doesn't make any sense because they're going to have to beat the Chiefs. How are you going to have to beat the Chiefs? Throw the football. We should just buy more receivers instead of this running back. But I see the vision now. It fits the culture. It fits the team. It makes Lamar Jackson a better quarterback. It takes the pressure off of him and allows him to go like this and pull that ass out a little bit further. I think the Derrick Henry move was better than the Saquon Barkley move.
Whew. All right, a lot to unpack there. I'll start with the Brown. A.J. Brown. He said he brings the book every week on the sideline. There's a picture of him 2 weeks ago during the Commanders game. Pulled it out as well when he had 97 yards and a touchdown. I think we're reading maybe a little bit too much into that one. A.J. Brown's just a little bit different sort of
Just pull the page out. Get the page on a note card. Put it on your little thing. You don't need the whole book. You're not reading chapter 3, verse 7. You're reading chapter 1, verse 3. Okay, just get that on a thing.
Bucs won. They should have. I don't know if the jet sweep was a bad call. You're Liam Cohen. You live by the creativity. You live by the misdirection. That's how they play. To me, that one's more on Baker Mayfield. You're a quarterback in that situation. You got to make that happen. You cannot afford that to happen. If you know the timing's off, you can't try to throw it into his stomach from like 5 feet away. You just got to eat that one then at that point. And then the Derrick Henry move, though, I wholesale agree with that one. I think that offense went to just a different level of holy poop, what do we do when they added Derrick Henry? You just look at what Gus Edwards looks like in Los Angeles right now with the Chargers and how little explosion he brings to that running game. It's just a night and day difference. We talk about, I think, obviously Saquon's huge for the Eagles. They've kind of built the entire plane around Saquon at this point, and they've just stopped trying to pass altogether. But they could have done that before with just a solid running back with how good that offensive line is. And at some point, they're going to need to pass. So it may even be detrimental that they've leaned on him as much as they have. But for the Ravens, they don't lean on him. He's just another cog in the machine that takes this machine to this unbeatable level that I do agree that which team am I more afraid of right now? It's the Baltimore Ravens if I'm the rest of the NFL. So love those strong takes as he brings to the table every single weekend.